What's up, YouTube? This is NYG31 here. Today, I'm going to do this preview against these cow bitches. You see, Boys for Life was talking about, our defense ranked 22nd in the league. But he forgot to mention that our defense had been good for the last two games. For the last two games, we held the Falcons to 17 points. Even though we lost that game, we held the Falcons to 17 points. And the game after that, we held the Saints to 21 points. I mean, our defense wasn't spectacular against the Saints, but they did the job, at least held these Saints down to 21 points. But the Cowboys, well, actually, Boys for Life was praising his defense, ranking 5th in the league and stuff like that. But who have you beat besides the Panthers? You beat the Chargers team, which you got lucky at, because if I remember correctly, the Chargers fall for 300 yards against your secondary. And the game after that, you blew out the Philadelphia Eagles. So, and then you beat the Panthers. Who did you beat besides the Carolina Panthers? Who have you beat besides the Carolina Panthers? I mean, you struggle against the Buccaneers. I mean, your defense played well against the Buccaneers, but your offense really struggled against the Buccaneers. Imagine your offense struggle against us, because our defense in the last two games have been playing well. Even though they're ranked 22nd, they have played well enough to beat teams. Unfortunately, we couldn't beat the Falcons team, but we beat the crap out of the Saints. Imagine what our offense is going to do to you, Cowboys. Did you remember that Daniel Jones threw for 402 yards against that Saints secondary? I mean, your defense is due to have a bad game. Your secondary had a bad game against the Chargers. Imagine how imagine how your secondary is going to do against our offense, and what Daniel Jones is going to do to that defense of yours. You see, Daniel Jones is not going to carve you for 400 yards. No way. He's not going to carve you for 300 yards. He's going to carve that secondary for 200 yards. And once that happens, it's going to be over for these Cowboys. These cow bitches thinks we're the cakewalk, but we're not a cakewalk. You think we're going to be a cakewalk, but it's not. It's not going to be easy beating us. As many times have we been to Jerry's World, we have lost. We lost plenty of times. And this Sunday, it's over. That losing streak in Jerry's World is over. Because we're going to get a win in the first time in a while in Jerry's World. And once that happens, it's over. And all we have to do in that run game is stop Micah Parsons for stuffing Saquon Barkley in the backfield. And our offensive line have to create holes for our running backs to run through that A gap and that B gap. And once that happens, we gain that first down. If we keep doing that, game is going to be over for these damn Cowboys. Because these damn Cowboys think they got in the bag just because we rank 22nd in the league. But for the last two games, our defense have gotten better. I mean, we gave up 30 points against the Broncos. We gave up 29 against the Deadskins. We only gave up 17 against the Falcons. We gave up 21 against the Saints. Imagine what our offense is going to do to that Cowboys defense. And that defense for the Cowboys is doomed to have a bad game. And that secondary already had a bad game against the Chargers anyway, because the Chargers outplayed them. The Cowboys have to kick a game-winning field goal to win that game. Have you remember the Chargers game? They have to kick a game-winning field goal to win that game against the Chargers, because the Chargers is just so dumb. So the Chargers have outplayed the Cowboys in that game. And if you think that the Cowboys are going to beat the New York Football Giants, think again. It's not going to happen. We're going to run that ball down your throat, and we're going to run it hard, and we're going to gas that front seven of yours. Because like I said, your defense is due to have a bad game. And once they do to have a bad game, you're done for. There's nothing that Boys for Life, LL, Simons, Cowboys Fades, Duke Botters, Mark Holmes could do about it. There's nothing that Jerry Jones could do about it. There's nothing that Mike McCarthy could do about it. Because Patrick Graham is going to scheme that offense, scheme for that offense, and Jason Garrett is going to scheme for that defense, and that defense will get exposed. Did you hear me, Cowboys fans? That defense will get exposed, and that defense is due to have a bad game. You think you're going to stop us? Go right ahead. It's not going to work. Once we beat you by a touchdown, it's over. And until then, this is NYG31 signing out. Deuces.